Hippopotamus versus lion pride. Who would win? Alright folks, picture this. You're on an African safari, sipping your iced coffee, when suddenly you spot two of nature's most iconic badasses, a massive hippo chilling in the river, and a pride of lions lurking nearby, looking like they just walked off a National Geographic cover shoot. The tension? Oh, it's thicker than Grandma's Thanksgiving gravy. Now here's the million-dollar question. If a lion pride and a full-grown hippopotamus threw down, who walks away? Or, more accurately, who limps away? Welcome to the ultimate showdown, Hippo versus Lion Pride. I'm your host, your friendly neighborhood wildlife nerd, and today we're diving headfirst into the wildest animal matchup this side of the Serengeti. We'll break down muscle mass, bite force, team tactics, and yes, even dinner habits. Trust me, this ain't your average nature documentary. Spoiler alert, lions are deadly, but the hippo, that guy's like a tank with teeth. Ever seen a 7,000-pound plant-eater bite a crocodile in half? No. Well, buckle up. Personally, if I had to bet my lunch on it, I'm backing the beast with the 1,800 psi jaw and zero patience. Let's break it all down. Grab your binoculars, maybe a snack, and let's find out what happens when the king of the jungle meets the heavyweight champ of the riverbank. Let the battle begin. Alright, let's talk about raw power, muscle, and the kind of stats that would make even a pro athlete cry into their protein shake. First up, the male lion. This guy is no house cat. He stretches about 7 to 8 feet long, weighs between 500 and 700 pounds, and can run up to 50 miles per hour. That's highway speed, folks. And get this, nearly 59% of his body is pure muscle. This cat is basically a furry Ferrari with fangs. His bite force, around 650 psi. That's enough to snap bones like breadsticks. Now let's bring out the heavyweight, the hippopotamus. If the lion's a Ferrari, the hippo is a full-blown armored tank with attitude. This beast can grow up to 17 feet long and tip the scales at over 7,000 pounds. That's not a typo. That's the weight of a pickup truck. Its skin is 2 inches thick, basically nature's version of body armor. And that bite? A ridiculous 1,800 psi, strong enough to turn a watermelon into mist. Don't let the chunky legs fool you either. Hippos can hit 20 miles per hour on land when they're angry, which is faster than most people can sprint. In water, they move like stealth submarines, gliding with scary ease. If I had to choose between arm wrestling a lion or a hippo, I'd pick the lion and hope he was in a good mood. Because when it comes to sheer physical dominance, the hippo doesn't just win, he crushes. Let's set the scene. Picture the heart of sub-Saharan Africa. It's hot, buzzing with life, and every creature's got its favorite corner of the map. Now, here's where things get interesting. Both lions and hippos call this neighborhood home, and sometimes their paths cross in ways that are less than friendly. Lions love the open savannas, the light forests, and the riverbanks. Think of them as the ultimate landowners who like a bit of space, a good view, and a nice breeze through their manes. They roam the grasslands like royalty, surveying their kingdom, always ready to pounce. Now, hippos are the water-loving weirdos of the animal world, and I say that with total admiration. They're all about the rivers, lakes, and swamps. If there's mud, water, and a shady spot to chill in, you'll find a hippo there, living their best amphibious life. These guys don't just dip in to cool off, they practically live in the water and only venture out at night to munch on grass like midnight snackers. But here's the twist. These two titans, one ruling the land, the other ruling the water, have overlapping turf near watering holes. It's kind of like two rival biker gangs both showing up at the same bar. Things can get tense, fast. From a personal point of view, I've seen lions hesitate at the water's edge when a hippo's nearby. It's like watching a confident athlete suddenly remember he forgot how to swim. Trust me, even the king of the jungle knows better than to mess with a hippo on home ground. Let's talk food, because even apex predators and river beasts gotta eat. Lions are straight-up meat lovers. These are your classic carnivores, born and bred to hunt. Their dinner menu includes antelope, zebras, buffalo, and pretty much anything that looks tasty and isn't paying attention. Imagine a steakhouse, but instead of ordering from a menu, the lion chases it down at 40 miles an hour. No reservations required, just raw power and razor-sharp teamwork. Now, flip the script and meet the hippo. You might look at those jaws and think meat eater for sure, but surprise, they're mostly plant-based. Hippos are herbivores, dining on grasses like massive lawnmowers with attitude. At night, they waddle out of the water like grumpy dads looking for snacks and graze for hours. But here's the kicker. While they prefer a green diet, hippos have been caught doing some seriously weird stuff. In extreme cases, they've been spotted munching on carcasses or stealing kills from predators. Yeah, it's rare, but it's real. Think of it as a vegetarian who occasionally raids the barbecue when no one's looking. Desperation makes for strange decisions. From my own field notes, the first time I saw a hippo gnawing on a wild beast carcass, I had to check twice to make sure I wasn't dreaming. I mean, when the grass buffet runs dry, even nature's lawnmower might start acting like a chainsaw. In the wild, who you roll with can make all the difference. Let's break down the social scene and street fighting style of our two heavyweight contenders. Lions are the original team players. They live in groups called prides, and let me tell you, these guys know how to run a coordinated operation. Think of them like a special ops unit with fur and fangs. The females do most of the hunting silent, fast, and deadly. But when it's time for turf wars or taking down big game, male lions step in, often forming tight-knit alliances with their brothers or cousins. These lion brothers don't just pose for majestic photos, they work together to take on hyenas, other lions, or whatever gets too close to their pride. Hippos, on the other hand, are more like grumpy roommates. They live in loose groups in rivers and lakes, but don't expect teamwork or warm hugs. When it's time to eat, they head out solo to graze, because sharing is not on the agenda. But here's the twist. They might look like chubby couch potatoes, but if you mess with them or their turf, it's game on. I've seen a hippo turn into a raging tank in seconds, mouth open wide, charging full force, ready to crush whoever's unlucky enough to be in its path. And yes, I'm talking about full-grown crocodiles and even lions. One moment, it's quiet by the riverbank. The next, it's a splashy brawl straight out of an action movie. I once watched a hippo flip a young lion into the air like a ragdoll just for getting too close to the water. It wasn't a fight, it was a statement. So, while lions bring the brains and the backup, hippos bring brute force and zero patience. Choose your battles wisely out there. Alright folks, let's talk about what happens when the kings of strategy meet the lords of brute force. Picture this, a pride of lions spots a hippo near the riverbank. The lions crouch low, tails flicking, muscles coiled like springs. The plan is tight, the teamwork is flawless. But the problem is the opponent weighs more than a pickup truck and bites like a hydraulic press. A full-grown hippo is no easy snack. First off, you can't just knock it down. This beast can weigh over 7,000 pounds. That's like trying to tackle a moving boulder with attitude. I don't care how many lions are in the pack, it's like trying to dogpile a fridge that bites back. Then there's the skin, 2 inches thick and tougher than a football helmet. Lion teeth just don't cut it. Literally, they can claw and bite all they want, but most of the time, they're just giving the hippo a free exfoliation. And if that hippo gets annoyed, which it often does, it can and will retaliate. I've seen hippos snap crocodiles in half like celery sticks. And yes, lions too. One clean chomp from those jaws, which can crush with over 1,800 psi, and it's game over. So even though lions have the brains, the numbers, and the moves, when it comes to going one-on-one or even three-on-one with a cranky adult hippo, they're often left with bruised egos and empty bellies. This isn't a fair fight. It's a battle of wit versus wall of muscle, and muscle wins more often than not. So, who wins the wild showdown? Can a well-organized pride of lions take down a hippo? Technically, yes, if there are enough of them, and their plan is tighter than Grandma's Thanksgiving turkey. But let's be honest, that's like saying your fantasy football team might win if every player scores a touchdown. It sounds good, but it rarely happens. In most real-life encounters, the hippo walks away the heavyweight champ. Its size is outrageous, its bite is downright terrifying, and its attitude is somewhere between "get off my lawn and I will end you." I mean, this is an animal that yawns like it's opening a garage door and turns crocodiles into chew toys. From my perspective, the hippo doesn't just survive the fight, it owns it. Unless the lions catch a young or sick hippo, they usually end up backing off and rethinking their life choices. So next time you hear someone say lions are the kings of the savannah, just remember even kings think twice before messing with a hippo. Alright, let's address the big question: are these wild beasts a threat to us? Spoiler alert, Yes, but in different ways. Hippos might look like chubby, docile creatures just enjoying a little splash in the water. But don't let that innocent face fool you. These guys are considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Despite being herbivores, hippos are responsible for more human deaths than lions or any other big cats. Why? Well, they are fiercely territorial, especially when it comes to their personal space by the water. If you get too close, they will charge faster than a speeding car up to 20 miles per hour on land. And don't even think about trying to outrun them, you'll be caught in a flash. Their huge jaws can snap a boat in half, and they've been known to attack boats and even vehicles near water. So yeah, they're basically nature's version of a don't mess with me sign. Now, lions, while they're legendary predators and very skilled hunters, usually don't go after humans unless they're desperate. However, don't take that as an invitation for a selfie on your next safari. Lions can become dangerous if they feel threatened, cornered, or if food is scarce. There have been cases of lions attacking humans, particularly in areas where the boundaries between human settlements and their habitats overlap. But most lions would rather keep their distance and stalk their usual prey, like antelope or zebras, than tangle with people. Bottom line, while both of these animals are impressive in their own right, safety first. Keep your distance, respect their space, and remember, they're not looking for a friendly handshake. They're just doing what they do best, being wild. Alright, let's dive into a question that might pop into your mind after watching one too many wildlife documentaries. Should you keep a hippo or a lion as a pet? Hippos as pets? Not a chance, I get it. Hippos might seem cute with their big, toothy grins and those tubby bodies that just scream cuddly, right? But let's not get carried away. Hippos are not suited for pet life. They are wild, territorial animals that can weigh up to 4,000 pounds or more. You wouldn't invite an elephant into your living room, right? Well, a hippo is no different. Just imagine that massive creature trying to squeeze into your backyard. And don't forget their aggressive nature. Hippos are surprisingly fast on land, and their jaws are powerful enough to crush bones like it's nothing. So, even if they look harmless in a video, they're not the kind of companion you want lounging on your couch. Lions as pets? Don't try this at home. Lions, majestic as they are wild predators. You wouldn't want a tiger stalking your living room, and a lion is pretty much the same thing with a better mane. These are apex predators that need a huge amount of space to roam, hunt, and exercise. Keeping a lion in a cage or as a house pet would be extremely unethical and dangerous for both the animal and humans. While some people claim to have tamed lions, this is not a safe or healthy situation for the lion. Lions are not domesticated animals like dogs or cats, and even though some may seem tame, they can be unpredictable, especially during feeding time or in stressful situations. Plus, as they grow, they become even more dangerous. Both hippos and lions are best left where they belong in the wild or at sanctuaries where they can live safely and naturally. Having them as pets isn't just impractical. It's also incredibly dangerous and unfair to the animals themselves. So, while having a cute little lion cub or baby hippo might seem fun, remember, these majestic creatures are meant to roam the wild, not sit on your couch. Instead, maybe consider adopting a pet from your local animal shelter, something a little more manageable and a whole lot safer. Plus, you'll save yourself from an unexpected trip to the Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for more thrilling animal comparisons.